Yes. So this is my Provar tool. Okay. So I'll talk about every component that we are seeing on my screen one by one. So first of all, there is files. Okay. So from this file, what we can do. Uh, so the basic things that we do is there is new option. Okay. So if you click on this new option, you can see from this new option, you can create a new test case. You
Mm-hmm.
can create a page object. You can create a test API, test plan, and also some files and folders you can create. Okay.
Okay.
So after that, there is open files. So from this open files, what we can do, suppose there is some existing project in your file explorer and you open and you want to open it in your workspace, that we can do via this open. Okay. After that, rename and refresh button is very much important because sometimes what is happening that what happened that Prover will like perfectly work in a system that is highly configurable. Okay.
Okay.
Suppose RAM is 16 GB, SSD is here, that type of system Prover will work best. But sometimes what it happens that Prover got stuck or Prover tool is not working that much like fast. If you are suppose you work your Prover in morning and in night also you are working on the Prover. So that
Mm-hmm.
time it may happen sometimes Prover slows down a little bit. So that time what we can do, we can refresh our Prover. Okay. So that is for the refresh button. We can refresh our Prover so that everything, whatever is there, it will refresh the only the tools. After that, there is switch workspace. So if you click on the switch workspace, so as you can see, I am on my work to workspace. Okay. Suppose it can happen that you want to switch your workspace to the previous workspace that you work for. So let me click on the switch workspace. See, this one is switch workspace. So I am having another workspace also. If I click on that workspace, so that click on that workspace and click on launch. So that particular workspace will open.
Okay.
Okay. After that, restart is there. So restart is basically you are restarting your servers. And exit means that you are closing your program. Um, After that, another interesting thing is in tool, there is an option called refresh and recompile. So as I told you earlier that this one also what we can do, um, suppose Prover is not working fine or it can happen that yeah, this is a Salesforce connection that we have established, right? It can happen that your Salesforce connection is not connecting or there is some browser issue that is happening. So that time what you need to do, you need to click on this tool and you need to click on refresh and recompile.
Mm.
So your connection will be refreshed, your prover will get refreshed, everything will get refreshed. It will take some time to load. Suppose I'm clicking on refresh and recompile, you can see it is refreshing the test plugin. Test is also built and it took some time. As we have a small project that time, that's why it's fast. But if it's a big project, then it will take some time. Uh, After that, in the show views, you can see like there is navigator, test palette, test plugin, then test settings, test runner. So what all are these? What these all assistant? These all you can see in your screen, right? Assistant, test runner, test setting, problem, navigator, test palette. You can see. Suppose
What is just plugin?
yeah, I'm telling you one minute.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, okay. Suppose I am just closing this assistant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, or I am closing this test plugin
Mm-hmm.
mistakenly. So what we can do, we can go to tools and we can click on test plugin, then it will come.
Okay. Mm.
Okay. um, Clicking on assistant, it will come. So
Mm.
that's how if I close this test setting test runner also, then we
Mm-hmm.
can get back that component from this
Tools.
tools show views.
Okay. Got it.
After that, there is help. So yesterday only I told you, right?
Yeah.
From the license manager, you can add the license.
Mm-hmm.
Um, After that, if I go down, there is another option called new test. So from here also, you can create new test case, new test plan,
Mm-hmm.
new page object. That's all you can do from here.
Mm-hmm.
After that, there is save and save all option. So suppose you are opening a test case and you are doing something in your test case. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you need to save it.
Mm.
Yeah, from the keyboard also you can press Ctrl S. That will also save. But
Mm.
from here also you
Mm.
can click on save.
Mm.
It will save. Okay,
Okay.
so see, Prover is basically it. You are working for a long time, so it can happen that you have opened many test cases. Okay, it
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
happen. It can happen that your system got hanged or something. So
Mm-hmm.
anything like this small to small changes you are doing in your test case, please
Mm-hmm.
save it before doing
Every
the next
10
step.
seconds. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It
Um,
automatically saves.
no, it didn't save automatically. So that's why I'm saying like whatever small changes you are doing before doing the another changes, please
Oh,
save
okay.
that.
Just save it.
Yeah,
Okay.
just save it every time. Uh, After that, there is this option for this connection. So
Mm.
in this connection, what is happening that see in this test setting under test setting, I am having one Salesforce connection.
Mm-hmm.
So in Salesforce, there is a concept like um, in your Salesforce org, there will be different users, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there will be different users, and the user can be system admin. System admin means who will be the admin.
Mm-hmm.
They will have all the accesses to all the permissions to create, delete, edit all the things in your Salesforce org. But there is another users also that is non-admin. So non-admin, what they can do, they have some restrictions for everything. Suppose they cannot delete any data, they cannot see any important
Mm.
data, or like that data should not be seen. That kind of accesses they are not having. So
Okay. I have a
suppose,
question.
yes, please.
When you are installing, it will ask, do you want to install for Salesforce? I'm sorry, do you want to install for admin only or you want to install for all? So which option I have to choose?
You can install it for all, because it can happen that in your test case you have a test case that you need to validate via your admin profile, or there is a test case that you need to validate via your non-admin profile, so you need both.
So if I do for everybody, install for all means it includes admin also, right?
Yeah, yes,
Okay,
yes.
got it. Thank you.
Yeah, so it can happen that there is a test case. Suppose uh, so there is a user. Suppose in your name there is a user. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so your user's details like your email ID, your password, your
Mm-hmm.
like your resetting password, your phone number, every data will be there in Salesforce. But
Mm-hmm.
who can edit this data? This data only can be edited by the admin profile. Okay, and the non-admin profiles will not able to see all this data. So
Mm.
there can be test case. Suppose you need to um, edit your user data. That time you will log in as your admin, and another one will be non-admin for all that non-admin test cases.
Okay.
So if you click here, yeah, like suppose I am having one connection right now. If you add two, three connections here, the options will show
Okay.
you. Okay. Then after that, cycle, we'll talk about it later, because cycle as of now is not important. After that, desktop. This is desktop resolution. Okay, so you are running your test case. So
Mm-hmm.
you are running your test case in what type of resolution? The Chrome, the browser, or the browser screen will open. What type of resolution? There is a full screen. Then there is this type of pixel, and the last one is the like the last one will be the full screen. Like suppose it can happen that it is
Mm-hmm.
opening the test builder. So test builder is taking half of the screen. So if
Mm-hmm.
here full screen option is taken, then rest in the rest half of the screen, Provar screen will open. Okay,
Okay.
but if you click on the last one, then no matter what it is opening in your screen, the Provar will open in big screen itself.
Okay.
After that, there is another thing that is browser option, that is Chrome, Safari, Edge, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Chrome headphones. So anyway, like I guess many people use only Chrome itself because Chrome is a stable browser. So Chrome is there, and there is another one that is Chrome headless. So this Chrome headless is basically interesting. So like I have choose Chrome headless. Okay. Now
Mm-hmm.
if I run a test case, then Chrome window will not open. So here Chrome is open, right? I have
Mm-hmm.
opened a Chrome. But
Mm-hmm.
if you click Chrome headless and then run your test case, then your Chrome will not open. It will do all the activity via Chrome itself, but it will not open the Chrome. That's a powerful feature for Prover. So
Mm-hmm.
what Prover does, Prover will take all the Chrome instances mm, into the system, and it will run your test case in Chrome itself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Chrome headless is basically what like when we do suppose we have created a test case, we have ran the test case in Chrome many times, and now we are very much sure that the test case will pass. So and after that we need to generate a report. So that time you are selecting Chrome headless and you are running your test case for generating report. So why we are using this Chrome headless? So basically as Chrome is not opening, like Chrome browser is not opening, that's why it is taking less time. Okay. If Chrome opens, what will happen? It will take some time to Chrome to load. All the loading procedures will be done in Chrome. Then only it can happen. But in Chrome headless, as Chrome is not opening, so that's why your time is saving and you can run your test case quickly. So everybody wants to run their test case quickly, right? So for that purpose, we use Chrome headless.
Mm, okay. Great.
Okay. After that, there is a test builder option and there is a run option.
Mm,
So, test builder option is when required. Test builder is suppose we are what to say. Suppose we are when we are creating this test case. So you know, right? From the Salesforce screen, we can click on that like element, and we can click on add to test case. That time the locators of that object and all the information of that object will be stored automatically in Prover. Okay,
mm,
so that
mm,
for that type of thing, like for building the test case, we'll use this test builder. But this run, what is this run? Run is basically so we'll click on this run. Suppose when we want to just see that if it is running or not. We are not we don't want to do any type of edit. We don't want to add anything from the Salesforce. We have added, we have configured our test case. Our test case is done. I just want to run the test case. That time we'll open, like click on this run. Okay. Then here it is the navigator. So in the navigator, you will see your project. Okay, your project will be shown here in the navigator. Then there is test palette option. See, this test palette option is having so many things. Okay, suppose you need to integrate Excel in your test case. That time also you need to take something from this control.
Mm.
In this control, sleep is there. You need to suppose you need to give some sleep in your test case. You just need to drag this sleep and you need to just place it wherever sleep is required.
What
Okay,
exactly sleep will do?
what
It will.
exactly SIF will do basically, you know that for you have clicked on one element and it will open a new window, and you know that for opening that new window it will take some time,
Yeah,
so
I
you
know.
can
Okay.
ask Prover to wait for that much time, like you
Oh,
can
okay.
give sleep for 1 second or 2 seconds, so Prover will wait for 1 or 2 seconds, like it's a wait. Okay,
And
they will.
what is the maximum we can ask Provar to wait?
See, for sleeps, you can give any type, like any seconds in this sleep. But
Mm-hmm.
in the time of writing the test case, it is not at all recommended to use this sleeps because it doesn't look good when you are using your sleep. So better what you can do, you can use conditional sleeps like
Mm.
wait until the page is load, or wait until this element is coming, until and unless there are some instances where uh, is like you have to have some weight, it can happen, so that time what you can do, don't use the sleep but open the step. There is one step, right? Click the
Mm-hmm.
account, you can go down. If here there is after wait and before wait. So suppose for the after wait I am giving 1 second. For the before wait also I am giving 1 second. So what I am
Mm-hmm.
saying
Okay.
that before clicking on account, Prover should wait for 1 second. After clicking on account also, Prover should wait for 1 second. So what it signifies, like you can say that you are using sleep also, you are using sleep, and another option is you are using sleep in your
Mm.
step. But what will happen that in your step, if you give weight, nobody will able to see that you have um, given a weight. Suppose,
Waiting, I know.
yeah, suppose I'm clicking here and I'm running it. Nobody will able to know, right? In that
Mm-hmm.
step, you have given a weight until and unless they are going there. But from here, you are seeing that I have used two steps.
Yeah,
Okay,
it will
so
show the steps here that we are waiting. But
yeah,
if you put inside the object, they can see.
yes, yes. So that's all about impression and perception. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah. And also there are another components also, there is assertion, there is break, there is set values. Every components are there. So I guess for this,
What is the difference between break and waiting?
yeah. So 1 minute. I'm just checking if there is any section for this. Okay. Yeah, let me go through. I'm going one by one. Okay. So assert is basically something. Suppose there is a field, or there is a field in your Salesforce. Suppose this for this account there is a expert, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
are saying that using assert, you can say that you are clicking on account and then account should be account. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
for that type of assertion, you can use asserts. Break is something, suppose what you can do, break is used basically for long test cases. Suppose there is a very
Okay.
long test case and you don't want to put so much pressure on the program. Suppose there can be test cases that is running for 1 and 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for that time, what will happen if you run continuously the test case, then Prover will get upset, Prover will not work properly, So that time what you can do, you can give some break so that it will break, and it will suppose I am giving break here in the last step. So the my execution will break here, and then it will go for the next set of steps after that break. Or else break can be used, suppose you are using if else condition. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so whatever in the code that we use, right? There is a break statement so that it will break here. So in the
Mm-hmm.
same concept, we can use break also here. But yeah, the breaks and all comes when the test case is very long. Otherwise, people don't use generally the breaks, sleeps and all. Okay, so there is
Mm-hmm.
fail test. So suppose there is a test case, they are saying that you need to fail the test case. That is the test case only. Okay, suppose it can happen sometimes, right? You need to check the negative scenario, or you need to test your, you need to fail your test. That time you can use this component fail test. After that, there is a finally block. So in the code, it in the coding part, what we do in the finally block, we'll give that type of code that should work. Like suppose there is some error in the upper script. Okay, suppose in the upper screen there is some error, but whatever code you have given or whatever steps you have given in your finally block, that will execute. And it can happen there is some error in the upper section, but the finally block will always execute. Okay, that time we'll use finally. For each we can use, right, suppose there is some scenarios, like it can happen that there is suppose there is we are clicking on account, right? Suppose we are
Mm-hmm.
clicking on account for once, then again clicking on account option is coming, then again clicking on option is coming. It can happen that one element is coming repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
So for that we can use for each, like suppose for first time, second time, third time, fourth time,
So
every time if,
iteration.
yeah, for iteration we
Okay.
can use for each. Group sets is basically Excel. So what we do, so let me take these group sets. If you take the group set, you need to give some description. Okay. So generally what we put, it's with Excel.
Okay.
So here we'll store our Excel.
Mm.
Uh, there is a option C, this one X, and this arrow sign, add a new parameter value source. If I am clicking here, so it clicks the parameter value source. Okay, so then what will happen, suppose I am having a Excel file with me, that is my data file. So from the Excel file we'll pass all the data to Provar. So I just need to browse that Excel file, and I just need to put it here. Then I need to give the worksheet name. What is the worksheet name in my Excel? That wise we can store our Excel file, and we can use it later in our in our steps.
Okay. Can you repeat that Excel thing, because I think my internet was froze or my screen was frozen that time.
Okay. So
Okay.
I have
Yeah, yeah.
taken,
You dragged it. I know. Okay.
yeah. So I'm named it as read Excel. Okay. Then
Mm-hmm.
I have clicked on this X arrow button. So that
Mm-hmm.
time this prover parameter value source is came.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh.
in this parameter value source, you can see there is an option for file. So suppose
Oh, okay.
you have a Excel file, that in that Excel file all the data of yours is stored. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so what you can do, you can just search for the Excel file, and you need to select it here. So your
Mm-hmm.
Excel file will be stored here. Okay, so then you can give the worksheet name, like in which worksheet of your Excel sheet all the data is present, that you
Mm-hmm.
can specify. You can specify the value range, like from what range to what range the value will specify, but it is
Mm-hmm.
not needed to specify any value range, because in the worksheet itself we are mentioning, right? So,
Mm.
like to be much more precise, you can use value range, but it is not needed. Uh,
What should we write in worksheet?
Worksheet will be the name of the worksheet. Like if you open a Excel, there will
Mm-hmm.
be different sheets, right?
I know, I know. Uh-huh.
So that sheet
The
name
name of
will,
the worksheet. Yeah, I got it. Okay.
yeah. Then you can select how the data should be picked, like across the first row or down the first column.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Then you can see like the variable name. So the variable name is source data. Okay.
Mm.
So using this variable only, we'll use the data of our Excel. Suppose in my
Mm-hmm.
Excel, there is a value that is name. And in the name, the value is present that is XYZ. Okay, suppose in the later steps, we need to use the steps, the value that is coming from the Excel. So how we can use? We can write source data dot name. So
Mm.
that what it will happen, it will pick the name value from the source data, I mean from this Excel.
Mm.
Fine.
Yeah.
Mm,
And what should we do in where and where equal to? Oh, that's
so
the
where equal to
condition. Condition.
where equal to, you can put suppose you have a big Excel file, okay? So
Mm-hmm.
big Excel file, then you can put some condition. Suppose
Mm.
where your sheet name is this, or where this data value is this, that
And
type of
name
thing.
equal to something. Yeah.
That type of thing you can put here. Like you can see like
Okay.
equals to, not equals to, is empty,
Mm. Not
matches.
empty, empty.
Uh,
Okay. Got it.
uh,
Got it. Thanks.
After that, there is if. Suppose you need to create a test case, or you need to give something in if condition. Okay. That time you can put if. So the set value will use every time. So the set values is basically setting the value. So what is setting value? Suppose the value name I am putting as, like I'm hard coding now. Value name I am putting name. Okay. And the name I am putting as ABCD. So what I am doing, I am storing the value of this name globally. I am storing the value of this name globally. So later point of time, if I need to use this name, I don't need to put this value ABCD. I can just put the name of the value. So it will pick the value from my set value. Okay, so set values is basically, suppose we need to pass some data that is like in a repetitive manner. So you are passing us data that needed frequently in your test case. So that time what you can do, you can set your values here. So you will set the value here, and you will just you don't need to give the hard coded data every time. You just need to give the name of that value. So the name I have given as name only. So the name you will put here. So normally what like when we use the set values, we use the set values for picking the dates. Suppose you are creating a contact, okay? So you are creating an account, and in that account you need to give a date. So date will be, suppose you are giving today's date. Okay, so today's date, what it will happen? You in Provar there is beautiful date functions are there. Okay, I'll cover that in different sessions. Beautiful date functions are there where we are not hard coding any type of date, but we are
Mm-hmm.
saying that this MMDD YYY format or MM/DD
Mm-hmm.
in this format, please pick the date and pick today's date, or pick 20 days earlier date, or yesterday date, or previous date, that we can specify using our prover function. So for that purpose, we use the set values normally.
Can you drop down this value scope in the test parameters? What is
Okay.
there on?
This
Okay.
value scope is basically, suppose value scope is in the set value. So this name, okay, it will be
Mm.
accessible only in the test case.
Got it. Got it.
Okay, yeah, it is now done. Then after that, There is sleep, I already told.
Mhm.
Then there is switch option. So in this switch option, uh, is basically like switching is basically you are executing your test case. Okay. So then suppose you have given some value. Okay. And your value is matching. So it is just going and going and going until the value is not matching.
Mm.
So in that type of cases, we will use this switch. After
Mm.
that, there is wait for. Like this sleep, there is a wait for. Sleep is basically you are asking Provar, please don't do anything, just sleep for some time. And
Mm.
wait for is basically you don't sleep, please wait for some. So in that type of
Mm.
cases, we will use wait for. After that,
Mhm.
this is while. While is I guess you know that like if else or while block. That type of cases we'll use this while. After that, suppose you need to do something for the database connection. Okay, so you can use database connect, database delete, insert, read, update. Everything is there. So that this all part is for the database. So whatever activity you need to do for the database, you can just take and drag that component and you can work for it. Okay. Suppose this connect is opening a connection of the database. This DB insert is inserting something in your database. DB update, it is updating our existing data in your database. If you want to do this kind of activity, then you need to take this component.
Okay, what is while? It's while loop.
Okay. So while loop is basically suppose you have given some condition.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Mhm.
condition is basically you have given that this checkbox should be checked. That condition you have given. So what you are telling that while this condition is true, please execute
Mhm.
this step.
Mm.
Or
Mm.
while this condition is false, please execute this steps. In that
Mhm.
type of cases, we'll use while.
Okay, what is the finally in that
Yeah,
statement?
finally is that suppose I am giving finally after this sleep. Okay.
Mm.
So, and in finally, I am putting some steps. So, suppose
Mm.
it can happen, my test case failed the upper sleep.
Mm.
So, then it will not come down, right?
Mm.
But if you put something like you want that some line of code or some step should be executed, and like no matter it is
It's
giving
a fail
error.
or pass. Ah,
Yeah, no
okay.
matter it is fail or pass, this line of code or this step should be executed. For that type of cases, you will use this finally.
Okay. We can create a report like a final or the final step. Like how many test cases passed, how many test cases failed.
That this report creation anyhow will be done by a provider. We don't need to do
Okay.
anything.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah. Just 1 minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
There is another components also.
Mm-hmm.
There is suppose actual result. So
Mm-hmm.
actual result, what will happen that uh, like suppose in your step there is some text or
Mm-hmm.
there is some text that came. So in
Mm-hmm.
that the text that you want to store somewhere, that time you can use that actual result.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So and but given when all these are the condition based components. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
uh, Suppose you are saying that when this condition is met, do this step. Given means you have given some condition and you are saying that this condition should be executed, that time only the test will happen. But means you can say that like you are saying that um, you are creating a what is that, you are creating a logic in that manner that you are saying that don't execute one step but execute this step.
Okay.
That type of logics and all you are using your this but this and is basically you are saying two steps and you are adding that and you are saying that execute the upper step also, execute the lower step also. That all we can do from the add. Okay. This is something generate test case. So generate test case is like you can create multiple test case at once, but it is not needed because we'll create the test cases using this new test, right? Um After that, mm, this all are needed. So this is Apex bulk and Apex execute. This two
Mm.
is very much important.
Mm.
So what this does is basically the Apex bulk. So bulk means you understand it. Bulk means you are
Yes.
doing something using a bulk of data or a chunk of data. In that bulk of data, chunk of data, you are doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose I have created uh, 50 or 100 accounts, okay,
Mm-hmm.
in my org, and you want to delete all that account.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what you can do that time you can use Apex bulk. So what you are saying in bulk, take all the data of the account and delete that. How we can delete that delete operation, whatever like the from the Apex bulk it is coming in the Apex execute, you are saying that delete this data that is coming from the Apex bulk.
Mm.
Okay, that time we'll use. So this Apex bulk and execute will require like for every test case it is required basically. So it is a best practice. So Apex bulk and execute how we can do. Suppose you are doing a test case, okay, and in that test case you are creating a account and you are creating a contract. So suppose in the from the Excel file, you are passing a name of that account or you are passing the name of an contact, right?
Mm-hmm.
So every time you will not go and change your Excel file. That will be very much hectic. So rather, what you can do, you can do the Apex execute first before executing your test step. So what you are saying, delete that account, whatever is created in previous run, so that in this new run, only one account will be created, and in your org there will be one account with the same name.
Mm.
Are you
Instead
getting?
of bulk. Instead of bulk, we deal one by one.
Yes, yes. So that type of things we can do using Apex Bulk and Apex Execute. This is very much useful. I'll show you practically like how
Yeah, yeah.
we
When we
can
do
do.
practically, then I understand more better.
Yeah. Then there is some UI action. So see, this logo and this logo is matching, right? This logo and this logo is matching. So this click the contacts or click the accounts and everything. It came from the test builder. So yeah, we are opening our Salesforce and we are adding that. We are adding an object in our Provar. But it can happen that you are adding that. Adding some object from your Prover itself, from this screen. You are not running anything, you are just adding. So that time you can drag and drop the UI connect and you need to select the control type, you need to select the field, like in what field you want to execute and what is the action that you want to do. Like you can do hover, double click, drag. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, that's right.
These actions you can select like what action you want to do. You want to click, you need to drag and drop, and you need to double click that action you will do. Then there is UI asset. So UI asset is something. So in the screen you are doing some assertion. Suppose I am doing the assertion that here the test step parameter should show. Okay, here this test step parameters, this text should appear. So in that type of assertion we'll use this UI asset. Fine. Then there is UI field. Suppose you want to fill some data in UI, that then you can use the UI field. And there is another component also. This UI on screen is very much important. I'll show you this practically rather telling it. So
Yeah, no problem.
using UIs on screen, what we can do last day, yesterday, I was telling you, right? We can
Mm-hmm.
directly open an account, or we can directly open a data. Like suppose you are creating account, then you are searching for that account, and then you are opening your account. So that all activities we can omit. We can just give the ID of the account, or give the ID of that contact, and that account and contact will be open automatically via program. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that activity we'll do using this UI on screen. I'll show you this later. These all are pretty much about. So these utilities and all, whenever we'll use, we'll sure, tell you how to use them.
Okay. Can you go under control? What is the other one? Yeah, go to the, yeah, design. Yeah, this one. What is this one? The
Yeah. So this one is basically it can happen that you are having a database. Okay, so basically, whenever you will work on Salesforce, it will there will be no database database. I mean, some database names are MongoDB. Then there are another database like SQL database. That database
mm-hmm.
will be there. Okay, but this database connection is basically for uh, right, using Prover.
Admins.
No, right, you can do using Prover, not only the Salesforce, you can do non-Salesforce application testing also, right? That we can do, but of course that is not recommended, because Prover is designed for Salesforce only. But having said that, we can do. Nobody does, but we can do. So suppose you are having a database, okay, and you need to connect your database in your test case. That time you will drag this DB connect, and you will give all your credential, and your database will be connected. Suppose you want to delete something from your database, you want to delete a row from your database. That time you will take this DB delete, and you will put your information, what data you want to delete, and you will delete that.
Are we
Okay.
doing the rest and soap also? If,
No. We are not doing in Salesforce, but yeah, Probar has given us these capabilities that we can use. If you want, suppose someone is testing the non-Salesforce application. So for
okay.
this non-Salesforce application, this data part is important, right? But yeah, if you are doing for the only Salesforce, this data part is not important.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this is if you are doing something REST and SOAP APIs, that time it is important, but Salesforce it is not relevant that
Okay.
much.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So in the test palette, this UI asset. So UI asset is basically very important. Okay, uh, this one UI asset.
Mm-hmm.
So this one I'll teach about this in a session differently.
Okay.
Okay. After that, you know this already, I guess. In the test folder, your test case will be present. Like
Mm-hmm.
you should keep your test cases under this test folder.
Okay.
So if you click on this test case, then this test case will open here. The another one will open here. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
another thing also, in suppose there can be many more test cases, right? Multiple test
Mm-hmm.
cases. So in
Mm-hmm.
order to work with the test case, what you can do, you can create different folder. Suppose
Mm-hmm.
for creating an account, there is some test cases. You are creating an account folder, and you are pushing all your test cases to that account. So
Mm-hmm.
that folders also you need to create under test. So uh, I'm just trying to say that whatever test case or related to test case you are doing, that must be under test only. Otherwise, it will not work.
So we can create a test folder and also test cases here.
Yeah, everything. Yeah. See, here I am right clicking on new. There is option for
Got it,
folder,
got it.
right?
Okay, got
Uh,
it.
that is there. After that, something important is test plugin. So test
Mm-hmm.
plugin, what is this test plugin? See, here one Salesforce connection we open, right? We created one
Mm-hmm.
Salesforce connection. So
Mm-hmm.
this Salesforce connection will under your test plugin. So it is saying that this Salesforce connection is started.
Mm-hmm.
So you can stop this test plugin. Means you can stop your connection also.
Mm.
But yeah, in the test plugin, it will show that your Salesforce is working and it is up and running.
Okay.
Then after that, in the problem section, if there is any error of the, if there is any warning that will show here, like what type of location type, in what type of error, don't like, if it is giving some warning, no need to look into that because warning doesn't matter. If there is some error, that we need to look into, like if that is actually a error or not.
If
Okay.
there is an error, it will take the
So
screenshot automatically, right?
in this test settings, there is connection. Okay. So in connection, what we can do? So in the test settings, what we can do, as I told, we can create our Salesforce connection. So using this plus sign, we'll create our Salesforce connection. Okay. So
Mm.
this connection setup and everything, I guess, yeah, this, yeah, in this Prover setup session, like the next day, we'll talk about it,
Yeah.
how you
Okay.
can set up your Prover. But
Mm-hmm.
for now, this is the Salesforce connection. Using the plus sign, you can add a connection. Using this edit button, you can edit your Salesforce connection, whatever we have created. Using this crossed, you can remove your connection. Okay.
Mm.
After that, there is some options for reloading. Suppose this connection is not working properly, or this connection is closed, or this connection is paused. That time, what you can do, you can reload your connection also. After that, this one I'll
These are
show.
objects. Oh.
Yeah, this all are object. Like suppose I'm clicking here, and suppose let me search for the account object. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm searching for the account.
Okay, it's
The
here.
account came. I'm clicking there. So it is getting all the Salesforce object that is present here.
Mm.
And see, all the accounts ID is present.
Mm.
This is the account that we are showing yesterday, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this ID also present here. Everything will be present here if you search. And via this, like you can um, drag and just drop it.
Yeah, minimize, maximize,
Yeah.
whatever you want. Okay. Yeah. So
And
yeah.
another thing I just want to show,
Mm-hmm.
that suppose mistakenly you have minimized this one,
Mm.
or this one also have minimized.
Mm.
Okay, so don't worry, there is a option for restore. See,
Ah,
this
okay.
this buttons is for restore. So if you
Mm.
click
Okay.
on this restore, it will come. If you click on this restore, this will come.
Got it.
So yeah, if mistakenly also we have done something, so don't worry.
What is the connect on the top? Top, top right. Yeah. Right, right. On top. Yeah, that one.
Okay, so this one is for the Azure DevOps or Git. Okay, so here is another option. You can connect it to your Azure DevOps, but it is not required at all because see the host name, username, ALM domain. So ALM is basically what is that like?
HPALM. Oh.
Like a DevOps that repo. So you
Mm.
want to connect to that ALM. So you can just need to give your host name, username, domain, password, and project name, and you can
Mm.
connect it from here. Because what is happening that we can do Azure DevOps via these teams, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
Azure DevOps is nothing but a Git repo sort of thing. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why Git is already like implemented in this Provar. That's why we are getting these options for committing, pushing, fetching, and merging. But for ALM, there is no option. So we need to connect first to the ALM, and then we need to work on that ALM.
Okay, we already connected to the Salesforce, right? Right
Yeah,
now.
say Salesforce is already connected. So Salesforce will be
And
connected.
we want to connect to the Azure DevOps. You showed me in the morning, yesterday, right?
Yeah, yeah. So Azure DevOps is not a connection basically.
Okay.
So we are just importing the
Importing the
project,
report, yeah, test
uh,
cases and whatever.
project from the Azure DevOps. That is not a connection.
Mhm. I got
Um,
the your recording, but I didn't get the Word file you created for the Azure. Remember, you showed me in the morning.
yeah, I shared it with Latasha. I guess.
Yeah, but I she just only sent me the recording. I haven't. I don't think I got that one. I need to check it again. But I saw the recording from link.
Okay. Yeah, that document also I have shared.
Okay, I need to see if she sent it or not. If not, I will reply to her. So.
Yeah. Okay. So there is another option that is test running. Okay. So suppose I am running this test.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me run this test.
Mm-hmm.
So this will fail, of course, because in this Excel nothing is there. In the read Excel, I haven't selected any Excel file.
Mm-hmm.
Let me run it. So I'm running it via test builder.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you will run whatever is your test case that is passing or failing, you can see it via this test running.
If there is an error, it will take the screenshot of the error
Yeah,
automatically.
it will take that.
Okay.
It will take the screenshot of your screen. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Via that you can see.
I can create the
Uh,
defect using that
yes. So,
screen.
yeah, see, whenever you are running, suppose your test case for the first time and it
Mm-hmm.
is connecting for the Salesforce, it will take some time. So,
I know.
always, suppose you are showing someone your test case. So, what we do usually, we run the test case 1 or 2 times. Then we'll run actual run. Then we'll do the actual run. That time it
Mm.
will be fast. So see, it is
Mm.
connected to the Salesforce. It is opening the Chrome web driver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is opening the Salesforce. It is open the Salesforce home.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, but this read Excel it failed because uh, see the error also you should understand, right? Seeing the
Mm-hmm.
error, what is the error it came? Uh, Here it is showing that loaded 0 rows from
There
parameter
is
value
nothing
source.
to execute. Oh.
In the you need like you are giving a parameter value source. So
Mm-hmm.
Provar is expecting that from the parameter value source it should at least load 1 row. So
I know.
as there is no file, that's why
No.
it is not going, and it is showing that loaded 0 rows.
No,
Okay.
got it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in this test runner itself, you will able to see like whatever the test cases that you run. There is another option also. Suppose you want to disable or like you want to keep this step, but you want to disable it for this run. You can right click and you can disable it. This option will come in the disable. See this cross icon.
Mm. Why should we disable?
Because it can happen that one step that you have written and that is not working fine, you will
Ah, okay.
edit that later but you want to do other steps now, so
Other
that
steps.
time you
Okay.
can disable it. So
Ah,
again you
okay.
can
Then it
right
will go
click.
to the next step.
Yeah, it will not execute this step, it will come to the next step.
Okay, got it.
You can right click and enable it again.
Ah, okay. Good,
Uh,
good, good.
and another also there is some concept for breakpoint, right? So
Mm-hmm.
breakpoint means it will execute all these steps. Suppose in this click the account, I am giving this toggle breakpoint.
Mm.
So what it will happen, it will execute all these steps and it will stop here
Yes.
in the breakpoint. Again,
For
you need to
1 minute, 2 minute, or 2 seconds,
no,
1 second.
there is no time basically for stopping here.
Mm.
But toggle breakpoint means suppose you need to see in that step that what is actually happening in that step. So that time you can use this toggle breakpoint. Okay.
Mm.
So you can again right click and click on this
Okay.
toggle breakpoint.
So you can see. Oh, okay. Got it.
Suppose you need to delete a delete a step, you can delete it from here.
Mm. Mm. And how do
Again,
we do undelete?
no, once you delete, you cannot come back.
Okay. You have to just create
Uh,
it. Okay.
yeah. Suppose you need to copy and you need to paste, that you can do copy paste.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
And another thing that is you need to edit something. Sorry, you need to rename the step. So the step rename part is there.
Okay.
Okay.
We can move those test steps up and
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
It's
yeah. Up and
dragging,
down.
right?
Yeah, you can drag and drop.
Yeah. So then it will just go by whatever is the order.
Yeah, yes. So it can happen that when you are creating a test case, like using test builder, you are creating a test case. That time
Mm-hmm.
it may happen that the order didn't came properly, or
Mm-hmm.
you are not able to like do in the order. So that time just add all the steps in the test builder. But when you came here in the Provar, then you can drag and drop and yeah, like do the ordering part for your test steps. Okay.
Okay. Very nice.
And there is another parts also. Yeah. So if you click here, if you click in these steps, then in the right hand side, all the whatever is the data or the information for the steps will come. Uh, Then there is Salesforce connection. For every test case, in the first step, there will be Salesforce connection. Okay. So the Salesforce connection, so many things are there. So yes, tomorrow when we talk about the Prover setup, that time we'll go through this Salesforce connect. Okay.
Okay. And you on the bottom you showed the connect somewhere, right? Remember in the problems here set test. Yeah, there. Yeah, connections. Okay. So that is also Salesforce connection, right?
Yeah, like you are
Mm.
doing the Salesforce connection here in order to
Connect. Okay.
use it
For
in your
every
test
step
case.
they have to
Yeah,
connect.
see
You have
here in
to
the
mention here.
connection,
Okay.
there is a drop down, right? So from the drop down itself, we are selecting. Why we are getting this drop down? Because we have already configured this test. That's why you
Already
are getting.
did that.
There can be suppose there is a Salesforce connection name that is test 2. So you
Mm-hmm.
can get the drop down test and test 2 and you can select it for your test case.
Okay.
That
And
is hmm,
this is we can do this testing in sandbox, right?
yeah, in sandbox.
Not in production.
No, like
Okay.
you can do, but in
It's not
production
recommended. I know.
recommended, right? Because
No, generally it's not because production it will delay the other
huh,
thing. So
huh,
because it's a production, it has to run smoothly.
yeah.
So we don't want to stop that.
And also like it can happen that something may change or something, so
I
we
know.
don't want that.
And how do we run the end-to-end test cases? Suppose something changed and we need to make sure the flow is working from end to end. So we
Hmm.
can do that
So
one also using
yeah,
Provar, right?
what you can do is end to end means suppose you have created a test case. There is two aspects. Okay. Suppose
Mm-hmm.
you have created a test case. In that test case, you have added all the end to end steps.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose my end-to-end flow will be I'm creating a contact, I'm creating a
Mm-hmm.
creating an account, creating a contact.
Mm-hmm.
So that is my end-to-end flow, suppose. So,
Yeah.
and suppose that steps I have only under this test case. So that time so only I run the test case. But it can happen that in test case 1 there is account creation, in test case 2 there is contact creation, and we need to run
Contact
both.
lead, anything. Right.
Yeah, so that time what we'll do, we can select the folder and we can run it. So that time what it will happen, it will run both the test cases and our flow will be executed correctly.